And welcome back. 6:48 here on this Monday morning. Here's a live look out towards the aerial lift bridge from the Duluth Harbor. We've seen a few flakes of snow flying and hitting the ground. Good amount of ice on that lake you can see here as well. Most of us starting off today with a little bit of frozen precip out there. Where you are depends on what you're seeing across northwest Wisconsin. That's where the best shot of seeing a little bit of frozen mixed precip as well as a little bit of ice. For most of us on the Minnesota, we're not on the Minnesota side of things. We're not seeing so much mixed precip, but more snow out there. A winter storm warning covers the entirety of northwest Wisconsin. Up here on the Minnesota side of things, a winter storm warning for the North Shore, as well as us here in the Twin Ports and extending down towards Carleton, as well as Pine counties to start off our day on this Monday morning. The winter storm warning for the North Shore, not so much because of the icing potential up there, but just because they'll see a few inches of snow as we head through the rest of the day today. Here's a look at satellite radar right now. You can see all that moisture slowly beginning to creep in from south to north. Here's what we're looking at right now across the region. A little bit of that icy mix across the far southern portions of our area, down towards Rice Lake, Cable, as well as Hayward, inching just slightly into Douglas County here as well. But for the most part on the Minnesota side of things, we're looking at a mainly snow event right now. Then as you head south down towards the Twin Cities, that's when you begin to see a little bit of that frozen precip once again. All of that moisture off to our south, that gradually has to work its way northward here as we head through the rest of the morning hours today and through the afternoon hours here as well. Road conditions across the region, the further south you head, that's where the roads begin to get slick. That shows here on this statewide map. Zooming in a little bit closer to home, most of us on the Minnesota side of things, the roads are pretty good. Even along the South Shore, the roads are pretty good. But then as you head south into northwest Wisconsin, down towards Rice Lake, Cable, as well as Hayward, that's when those roadways become a little slick. Not so much talking about snow on those roadways, but the potential of a little bit of an icy sheen, especially on those untreated surfaces. So as we head through the rest of the morning hours today, there is the potential of a little bit of ice, especially across northwest Wisconsin, but that should gradually transition over to all snow as we head towards this afternoon. By about noon, 1 o'clock, I suspect most of us talking about a mainly snow event. Then that will gradually begin to wind down as we head towards this evening and tonight. By about 8:30, 9 o'clock, most of us will be snow-free across the region. Then we'll be dry through the overnight hours tonight. A few clouds overhead to start off our day on Tuesday, but then as we head towards Tuesday afternoon, most of us going to be talking about mostly sunny skies overhead. Temperatures tomorrow really nice as well in the low to mid 30s. In terms of that icing potential, places like Hayward, Solon Springs, Siren could possibly be approaching a quarter-inch of new ice as we head through the first half of the day today. Then they too will see that transition over to all snow. Places like Duluth, Moose Lake, as well as Hinckley, maybe just the slightest bit of ice through the first half of our day today before we also see that transition over to all snow as well. In terms of how much snow we're talking about, the North Shore and the South Shore, those are the jackpots when it comes to snow totals. They're generally talking about between 4 and 6 inches of new snow. With us here in the Twin Ports, we're talking about 1 to 3. And then take a look at that. The further west you go, they're talking about very little to no snowfall as a result of this system. Temperatures right now, most of us in the 20s to start off our day. 19 Grand Marais, 25 Ashland, 28 Two Harbors, 25 in Hibbing, 23 Ely, 23 Orr as well, and 20 right now International Falls. Temperatures really not going anywhere through the rest of the day today. We'll see that mixed precip gradually change over to all snow. And now look at that 7-day forecast. The mixed precip and snow today will give way to all sunshine for our day tomorrow. Tomorrow looking pretty nice with temperatures in the low to mid 30s. The opportunity for a little bit of light snow as we head towards Wednesday. Generally, that's looking at like 1 to 3 inches for most places across the Northland. Thursday and Friday closing out the work week with more sunshine. A few more clouds for the weekend and temperatures in the low to mid 30s.